Hello my dear students, I'm Tufail. I will be discussing today a very important topic in chemistry, in fact in organic chemistry, that are hydrocarbons. So first I will explain what we mean by hydrocarbons. Listen students, hydrocarbons are the compounds which are composed of carbon and hydrogen only. So my dear students, any compound which will be containing carbon and hydrogen only will be called as the hydrocarbons. Let me give an example. It is methane. The formula of the methane is CH4. So as you see, methane contains only carbon and hydrogen. So we can say methane is an example of hydrocarbon. Similarly, I will give you another example, that is benzene. The formula of benzene is C6H6. C means carbon, C is the symbol of the carbon, and H is the symbol of the hydrogen. So benzene contains only carbon and hydrogen atoms only. So we can say benzene is a hydrocarbon. So my dear students, remember from now onwards, any compound which will be containing only carbon and hydrogen, we can call those compounds as hydrocarbons. So let us discuss now the characteristics of hydrocarbons. The first feature you should remember about hydrocarbons is that they are binary compounds. So all the hydrocarbons are binary compounds. And why we call hydrocarbons as binary compounds? Listen my dear students. Hydrocarbons contain only two elements. So all the hydrocarbons are composed of only two elements. So any compound which will be containing only two elements, we call those compounds as binary compounds. So listen my students, all hydrocarbons contain only two elements. One of the element is the carbon and another element which hydrocarbons contain, that are the hydrogen. So we can call hydrocarbons as binary compounds. Second feature, they are covalent in nature. They are covalent compounds. So hydrocarbons are covalent compounds. Why hydrocarbons are called as covalent compounds? My dear students, in hydrocarbons we will be having carbon and hydrogen atoms. In hydrocarbons we will be having carbon and hydrogen atoms. In hydrocarbons, these carbon and hydrogen atoms or carbon and carbon atoms are linked by covalent bonds. We can say in hydrocarbons, the bond between carbon and hydrogen atoms or the bond between carbon and carbon atoms will be only covalent bonds. So we can say that presence of only covalent bonds, we can say hydrocarbons are the covalent compounds. So remember, from now onwards, all the hydrocarbons are binary compounds. Why? Because they contain only two elements. They are made up of only two elements. One of the elements will be the carbon and another element will be the hydrogen. Due to the presence of only covalent bonds, we can say hydrocarbons are the covalent compounds. Let me give you an example here. CH4. The name of this particular hydrocarbon is methane. I will be drawing structure. It is the structure of this methane molecule. My dear students, listen properly. Here, the bond, the force of attraction between this carbon and this hydrogen atom will be the covalent bond. Similarly, the bond between this carbon and this hydrogen will be the covalent bond. In the same fashion, the bond between this carbon and this hydrogen will be the covalent bond. Again, the bond here between this carbon and this hydrogen will be the covalent bond. So all the bonds present between the atoms in the methane molecule are covalent bonds. So all the bonds present in this particular molecule are covalent bonds. That's why we can say them, this methane is a covalent compound. Is it clear? Next point we have to discuss, what are the main sources of the hydrocarbons? From where we obtain hydrocarbons? Listen, dear students, the main source of these hydrocarbons, these important hydrocarbons, is petroleum. So most of the hydrocarbons we obtain from the petroleum. Some are also obtained from natural gas, and few are obtained from the coal. So these three are the main primary sources of the hydrocarbons from where we obtain. These are the main or primary sources of the hydrocarbons. So my dear students, you must be knowing that petroleum, natural gas and coal are called as fossil fuels. In short, you have to remember the main or primary source of these important hydrocarbons are petroleum, natural gas and coal. These three are collectively called as the fossil fuels.